Welcome to episode 2 of the Battle of Alsfeld. This has been a lot of fun, so I'm getting ready for gearing up for episode 2. In episode 1, we saw the Soviet advance elements get a bloody nose from the Bradleys of our defending forces here, and now we're getting ready to face what looks like the main body coming up the road. So let's see how it goes. So we've got this group of tanks, and here is, so far, the ace of the battle, Corporal Donato. Does he have any more toes left? Probably not. Down here. Nope, he's out. Okay, so he's got to go back in reserve. Oh, he's already moved. That's the end of this turn, looks like. Let's see what else I've got to do. He's got... Somebody sees those guys. Huh. There, I see them. That's one down. Nice. Uh-oh. This is the stuff that's deadly. It's when you're taking... Oh, that's from the hind. Okay, I got you. Look out. Look out, look out, look out! It's off. Nope, it's on. Nope, it's off. Good deal. See if my other tank sees him. So if the enemy's going to fire, they're going to have to shift their fire to this guy. He's down. Nice. Yeah, hit him again. Main gun at a helicopter. Awesome. Alright, now I got this guy here. What can he see? Oh, he sees them. Meat on the table. Has he got any toes left? Okay, he does. What's his kills? He's got 2. Okay, good. Oh. Hope he doesn't have an RPG. Nope. Finish him. There we go. Disperse, disperse. Nope. Oh, we can still see him through the smoke. Alright, that's the end of that. I'm gonna leave him there for now. What else do I have going on here? It's back. Nice job, boys. Gave the East Germans a bloody nose. Nope, we'll let them go. Oh, what did I do? Should have done that move. Oh, why, looky here. I won't hit him now. He might have a... He won't have anything any left. Yeah, it's done. He's done. Just don't see any of our lead elements that I can really punch. I'm giving up this whole area here. But when they crest this... Yeah, these guys got any stingers left? I think I got a couple. Leave them there one more turn. Alright, let's end the turn. Still not time to call our air assets or artillery. Normally I call them early and often, but I find that the air assets diminish in their ability to do deadly things. That's in me already. They do not like me being on that hill. I gotta get off that hill. He's gonna kill me eventually. Oof. Oh no. Alright, here they go. Bummer. Hit him. Missed. Well, here we go. Nice. My little Bradley blocking force over here. Nice. Do a good job. Okay. It's a long shot. You gotta watch out for some of these other Russian vehicles like BMPs. Because they will carry ATGMs. I don't know if the BMP did, but I know some of their APCs did. I'm not sure if in this era they do either. Bradleys are just continuing to throw toes at people. Going across that hill wasn't smart. They're close now. That is close. Done in here. Nope. Well, I don't seem to have any type of... Oh. Stop cresting the hill, T-80s. What happens? You got a tank back there that's that far back. He's at the reaction range, but if you got a tank these guys are this far back and they just take a bunch of hits from opportunity fire, it's pretty soon you run out of opportunity. It's going to be right there. Nope. Pretty soon the opportunity fire wears out. Maybe not. Goodness. What is that? Those are old teeth. Looks old, whatever that is. Okay, now we got counter tank fire, so this is gonna get bloody. Oh my goodness. These BMPs. Just trying to suppress. You know, when you end up having this big numerical superiority, you start putting it to bear. What ends up happening is your guys get suppressed, and then suddenly you're not quite as accurate. The next thing you know, they're starting to roll over you. Kind of as he pulls in more and more of his strength into the battle, they'll start getting kills. Oops. I had this kind of delay a couple times. There we go. You gotta have an RPG. might be your last hind. Got a toe left. Odds of you taking him out are pretty low, buddy. I don't know, hit him. Looks like it's on. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Whew. End this. Okay, he's down. Get back into the nest. Oops. Gotta get these air crews out of here. Get out of here, boys. Done our bit. Whoops. There we go. Get our anti-air crews. Pull it back. Uh-oh. What? Yikes. Yikes, no! Oh, no. The Vulcan gun. Does he have any ammo left? He didn't have any ammo, does he? There's only a 10% chance. One more shot. Oh, good enough to get him to retreat. Vulcan. Yeah. Let's see what this does. Fist V. What is the ammo? It's got to be a... Oh, it's a machine gun. Okay, got it. Anti-air machine gun. Do that. we go. Alright, I get that unit deployed in the village. I think the urban area number 1, we're deploying our infantry, so they'll move our other infantry platoon. A lot of infantry over here we could deploy in this woods. Alright, we got those guys starting to deploy. Don't want to get infantry killed just because they're sitting in vehicles getting blown up. Alright, what do we got going on? That's that. Okay, he's pinned. He ain't going anywhere. These guys are... bad move. Alright. That's the end of That's the end of that experiment. Where is he? Don't know. Not... Oh, this guy here. Oh, man. Might be the first Abrams down. Pop smoke. Okay, got 3 more shots at him now. That's got mine rollers on it, looks like. Pretty cool vehicle. This right here is just graveyard. Somebody sees these guys. I don't know who it is. Some tanks awful close in here. Save everybody I can save. They don't rally. Well, what can we do here? We know this is a line of advance. And this, nice little line of advance. And somebody here, or someone here that could have seen them. Well, there's some of them that have survived. Get him. That's annoying. I need to send my AT rounds too. Whew, lots of stuff coming through here. This is a nice little log jam here. Log jam. So I've got 3 of them right now. I could drop some arty air support. Let's hold off. I want a target rich environment. Yep, that'll do it for this round. Bad guy's turn. Turn 8. Oh man, he's got just a whole infatuation with that little hill. Oh, dang, he took out one of my command. I think probably a anti-air unit, maybe. Reflex. Somebody's gonna. Yep, that's got to be one of their T-80s. Oh, that's the graveyard of the T-80s right there. The RDM's kind of. It's just brutal. wondering how many I'm not missing because they're not cresting hills. These guys who crest a hill get hammered. And I'm smart enough to have played this game enough times to know that if they get close, if I even show any mercy, they'll destroy me. And then I can still very much lose this battle. At 55 turns, there's got to be a lot of T-80s coming, so we'll let it play out. Is that a it's a Bradley, I think. I got to get him out of there. The poor Bradley was going to be in danger. Nope. He's got backup. Until 55. Oh, he's going to take an objective point. Here comes a reflex. Boy. I was watching a video on USA HEC YouTube channel, which is the United States Army History. I don't have the whole acronym, but it was about the changes in the U.S. Army after 1970s. Oh, it's a side shot. He's dead man. Here's another side shot. Dead man. He might get a return shot now. They're coming in. Anyways, jeez, I'm just devastating these guys. The discussion was about NATO, the United States Army after Vietnam, and how they had to adjust their culture and change the doctrine because they were wargaming and fighting the Soviets, and just using their defensive tactics, which was, and this is prior to coming up with the air-land battle doctrine, and they had to, they basically had a defensive kind of like shoot and scoot plan, which air-land battle is a lot of that too, but it's more of a deep campaign where you've got prepared positions and falling back in the prepared positions, aggressively counterattacking and using your air assets to hit the enemy behind their front lines and damage their follow-on elements, because they found in their wargaming that they would do a okay job of fighting off that first echelon, but the second echelon would overwhelm them every time because they would suffer. It would be a bloodbath and both sides would suffer a lot of casualties. But this hill, it's like they just love coming over this hill, and they would suffer a lot of casualties, each side would, but the end result was they would get mauled by the second echelon and they'd break through. And so what they found out was, well, this isn't working. So TRADOC, which is the training I think it's a doctrine, basically. They came up with they knew they needed to change the doctrine, and that's when the 80s came along, and they came up with the M113. They started replacing with the Bradley and the M1A1 Abrams versus the old tank, the 60. And basically that's what they did. It was just like, you realize how brutally behind they were. The Soviets, they, from Arab-Israeli wars, and I think it was Yom Kippur in 73, when the Egyptians crossed the canal. They started looking, they're like, wow, the Egyptians did a lot better against the Israelis than they previously have. And they started looking at the Soviet tanks, and they're like, Soviet armored vehicles had biological, chemical, nuclear settings, so that they could they had some survivability in those environments. Now I know nuclear, I get it, but they had in those vehicles anti-nerve agents and other things in the vehicles that the United States military found out. And that's when the United States military started to use those types of things as well, because they were behind. Frankly, they were behind. So it's a pretty interesting video. It's on USA HEC, and it was, if you look at, I can't remember the exact title of it, but if you look at that channel and you look for, what they learned from the Arab-Israeli wars. But it was interesting because the army was in dire need of some reform. And the other thing too is that was interesting about that video was they were talking about Grenada, and Grenada was, if you ever saw the movie Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood, where they have to call in to Fort Bragg to get air support. That actually happened. There were troops on the near the beaches, and they needed fire support. And the guy could see a Navy ship just blast these T-80s. He could see a Navy ship out in the water, and he needed fire support. And so he saw a payphone. The guy runs up to a payphone and calls Fort Bragg, collect. And then what's the ship? And he reads off the numbers on the ship, and they call the ship, and that's how they got fire support. That's how they got fire support, and eventually they got the fire support they needed to suppress the Grenadians or Cubans who were fighting at that point. And what they learned from that battle, from Grenada exposed a lot of the problems with doctrine in the United States and inter-service communication with the Navy and the Army and the Marine. Well, the Navy and the Army especially, and in the Air Force even. I mean, you couldn't communicate across services well at all. And so, we've got a strong force in the North there trying to break through. Poof. So that's a lot of the learning they did from the Arab-Israeli wars, in particular in the Suez, the Yom Kippur War, where they attacked across the Suez, the Egyptians did, and the Israelis had to counterattack. The Israelis counterattacked across the Sinai, and they really got hammered by the Egyptians. And then it was the second counterattack where the Israeli forces crossed the Suez. They found a weak spot in between the two armies and crossed the Suez, got paratroopers across there, then got armor across, and that was put the Egyptians in a precarious place. So it was the second counterattack that was more effective. And also, the Egyptians came out of their prepared positions and out of their anti-air umbrella and decided to in their support of Syria, they got outside their anti-air umbrella, and it got them mauled badly, really badly, by the Israeli tankers. There we go. Now I've got a good defense set up in this village here. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with that scenario. Is this my anti-air folks still? Yeah. I don't need them anymore. I'll slow them up. They'll just get killed. Load these guys up and move them back. The only problem is I'm sure there's going to be Soviet forces coming here. Air follow-on elements that I'm going to want to get these stingers redeployed. Oh, they don't have anybody on board. Let's go up here. I know they're still going to have air assets coming up, so I got to get these guys redeployed. They're gonna have some sort of. That's the Vulcan, huh? He's too far forward. That's another Vulcan. I gotta move him back. I just want these assets someplace where if enemy air comes rolling through, we're at least gonna get a counter punch in. Here's anti-air, so let's load him up. Pull him back. Otherwise, these guys are just gonna get killed. Okay, they've all moved into that village. Armored reserve, an entire company in reserve. Yep, this is where we're gonna... Oh my goodness. He fires, he's gonna get shot at by 3 other vehicles. He's gonna die. Don't do it, he'll get killed. As a Vulcan, get back, Vulcan. Our air assets have been killed already. Okay, let's do... Wild Weasel. Or Warthog, excuse me. Oh, there'll be things left up here. Warthog. 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 Good. This will be a wonderful little target environment up here. And I guarantee the little East German road here is still open. Let's unleash the Warthogs and see what they can do. Alright, we have called some arty. And, well, some support. Move back everything I can move back at this point. I'm setting up a nice little ambush for these guys to walk into. Okay, there's nothing alive in his sector. He's already had 7 kills. Yeesh. They're bringing more power to bear. I just, I'm killing them pretty fast. Killing them real fast. See, they got anything else I really want to do here? These guys are just... I can only see this one guy here, so let's take him out. Yikes. Tank duel. Alright, they got 2 of them at us. Somewhere there's another one we didn't see. There's one more. One more. Now let's take a little stock of what we can see here. One. Concentration of enemy tanks we were hitting. I wanted to call some more air in it and I've lost it. Looks good, looks good. There's good. Yeah, that was it. Alright, nice job, buddy. Survived. For now. Does Bradley's screen need to go? Retreat? Nope, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh boy, here they come. This is probably the last round of this episode. Went from doing 6 turns in an hour to 3. He's finally figured out the linchpin in the north there. Here they come. Reflex. A reflex. Could it be? No. At least 5 tanks up there. 6 in that. Yeah, 6 on the hill. 5 on the hill. They're gonna take him out. He's too exposed. First Abrams down. My gosh, it's just devastation. I do like how the terrain is contoured in this game, so you're looking at the terrain and you can see it just really does a good job for how old this game is. And this Steel Panthers, this SP Camo team did a really good job just modernizing this game. Well, that's two. Now we're seeing the next round's going to be the bloodbath, the real bloodbath, because we're now seeing M1s go down. Get him with the toe. Oh, you're dead. Just dead. Bradley got him. Yep, falling back is smart. I'm trying to push forward. Again. That northern tank there. Oh, now that guy's got his back. Lost two. I've lost two M1A1s to like 10 T80s in this round alone. Now they're back up to 5 T80s on that hill. None of their crews are getting out either. None of them. Death ride of whatever company that was. Hillcresters 101. Just absolute mayhem. They'll chip away, you know. Hopefully they'll get some forces deployed and be able to chip away. This right here is a disaster. Going over a hill. It's just like, yes, please wipe us all out. I mean, there's got to be 30 tanks up there now. play the Soviets in this scenario. It drive me nuts. And, I'd use the roads though. I'd use those road nets as much as I could. And once you hit a bottleneck, when they start slaughtering your guys, you go around it. It's a massacre. I don't even want to know what some of these M1A1 tanks, what their kills are. It's got to be ridiculous. Each round they're getting a few more tanks into firing positions. Here we go. Every second they're getting more tanks online. Kill as many of them as you can. Tank using a... I hope that was a high explosive. That's got to be the end of the turn since it's taken so long to process this part. I mean, right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, that's ours. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. I think there's 31 vehicles in that little section there. Somebody got reinforcements. Did I see reinforcements? I hope they got a lot of reinforcements. Oh boy. Well, that's going to do it for this scenario. Or not scenario, this episode. They're playing this thing out. Going to do it for this episode. I am looking forward to the strike of the warthogs. The warthog strike round and see what they can do to the enemy follow-on forces. By the time I think they get here, that's what we'll have going on. But right now, what we've got is a real slaughter going on here. But the thing, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Roughly 35, 40, 45, 46, 7. Oh boy. I've suffered 0 losses here. 1. Immobilized. 2. 3. I got 3 M1s down. This position's exposed, man. It's just real exposed. These our guys that are exposed on a hill now are in what would refer to as danger. Where was that guy? He's right here. Get him. He's got 10 kills already. Got 1. Okay, those guys, between the 3 of them, they have 18 kills. This guy, we don't know. We'll never know. One kill. He's got 2. 2. Got 9. All right, let's end this episode, and we'll see you on episode 3, the Battle of Alsfeld. So far, one-sided Battle of Alsfeld, but the Russians, the Soviets, have scored some kills on some anti-air assets, and they've killed a couple of M1A1 Abrams, and I see that getting worse. We'll see, though. I don't know how many of them there are. This is the thing about this game. There's a whole bunch of them making a big mistakes, like Creston Hills. I don't know how many of them are not making that mistake and are flooding through. Creston Hills, not very smart. But there's other ones that aren't doing that. The other thing, too, is like these guys trying to cross this open field. Oh, yeah, yeesh. How'd he do? He didn't get any kills? Must be you. Oh my gosh. Another ace. Sergeant Peterson and his 8 kills. That Bradley platoon's got 10 kills and 0 losses. Lots of American aces so far. The other thing I could do is, the last thing I could do is double down and put more armor up here. Not sure I want to do that. They're exposed on this hill, but they've got a flank shot on these guys coming up over here, and they're devastating them. Right there. They're devastating those guys. All right, see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.